Hello, Replay viewer. Thank you for connecting. I am Ami, broadcasting from Far East Japan. I have Wednesday. Here is the Wellness Wisdom Wednesday. I'm sharing about the Japanese culture, the way to identify non-physical aspect as energy, using the word as a tool to become aware of element in everyday life, which is basically non-physical. But once we can identify it, and then everything is made of energy, so we can use it as a tool for conscious creation and everyday bettering. So hoping that the culture, Japanese culture idea to identify an energy would help you become more aware of the energy in a unique way. So that's what idea and sharing as a wisdom every Wednesday here. So if you are familiar with healing modality or energy work or martial art, something to do with Japanese, if it's the case Reiki, for example, or karate, then ki, for example. These ki is this word, and this is the word for energy, ki. And if you're familiar with Tai Chi or Qigong, these are the pronounced as a Qi, which is related to a Chinese modality, which originally this character is from China. But particular this energy character for Japanese uses for their unique way of relating to the energy in everyday life. Since everything is made of energy, the universe and the nature and all are made of energy. So using this Haimel, using this energy word is showing the particular way to relate to this energy. And there's a collective energy as a weather or cosmic energy. Thank you, thank you. And these are quite challenging to change using our personal power. We need more larger energy, collective energy. So I chose this word related to energy, that we can use our personal power, local energy, to change. So there's a 7 basic word combining with the energy word, and to learn about how we can relate to identify a non-physical aspect of our everyday life as an energy, and to become aware what's the way that we can choose for ideal resonance. So each week I'm gonna choose in this, and these are the 7 chakra, the 7 energy center, with 2 words, that aspect that I chose for important as a balancing, and then also flexible. It may add in some new aspect in the future, but for now 2 aspects for each energy center to go with this particular energy word, keyword, to talk about possibility to find, identifying, and use it as a tool for bettering. So that's as an wisdom and reminder. And today's today what I would like to do here, key And the word I like to pick is, the weather here, Mel, is becoming hot again. I guess the typhoon is expecting coming over the weekend, so that's probably the reason that it feels like retrograding back to the summer again. It's the Mercury's been retrograding and weather is like becoming back to the summer again. That's what I'm having here as on Wednesday. So, okay, this week, yeah, is it warm? So the word for this day is ki I. Okay. I got this. Ki I. Ki I. Ki I. If you are a karate practitioner or martial art practitioner, then might be familiar with Ki I. Inject the Ki I. Ki I. So what does this character I is a merge together with energy, margin energy. March energy to every single energy available for your chosen goal. So for example, like a karate, and then the goal is to reach the goal and inject this ki to marshal in all the energy available to support your action. And most likely that we shout to ta and call in every aspect that is available. Help my action to reach the goal. So that's what the ki is. And let's see what each aspect, quickly going through to check. Ki is the compound energy, integrated power. And with the root energy center, the ground energy center, root chakra, color red, is the safety foundation, grounding, rooting, sure footing, earthy, physical, safety, survival, feeling belong to, unity, community, to body, being part of Mother Earth. That's what the energy center, the first energy center with ki is fully sure-footed. So it's like inject ki to get grounded, means like really anchoring your body to the feet and aligning all part of your mind, emotion, spirit, or whatever that each part of you, physical, non-physical, in your body with the sure-footed grounding. So that's what the ki to really sure-footed. So the posture would be to barefoot, for example, like karate, and then feet are really supporting body, trunk, and the lower back is really like in the center, anchoring that posture. That's what really ki to grounding self in the physical for preparing for the action. So this is not only for martial art, but it's the energy center. It's like sure footing. Let's say that idea coming up as an imaginations or wonders or channeling, upper energy center, and to digesting, to create and give birth, take action in earthy reality that is required into building instead of creating idea to build the physical. That's the root energy center. And to ki, it's like not the imaginary, but it's very sure-footed building. So that process is also needing ki to everything that is available to bring this idea or bring this, feeling to build something out of what we need to bring that to the earthy reality. So put some ki, inject ki to really bring it down to the earthy reality. So, and it's good to asking for anything that available to support that ki to create, build. And second energy center is color orange. A one-on-one relationship, creativity, create water energy. So it's emotions and pleasures, and it's mood and all that water energy that with is to passionate creation, just not creating it, but it's just a available energy besides your own intention and everything else. But hey, universe, Buddha or God or whatever is here, help my creation. Ignited this passion to make that really, expand and to create. That's what the ki is for creation. Passionate creation. Passion. And the third energy center is the color yellow, which is the solar plexus, the energy of sun, sense of self, self-love, ego, desire, power to drive. So sense of self and self-esteem and confidence. With the ki is a self-trust. And to achieve the desire. So knowing that what you are desiring and to connecting, deciding to go for it. Deciding stomach, actually, literally the solar plexus, that sun's energy. And to invite in, inject ki, integrate everything around the energy to achieve that desire, that self-trusted power to move on. That's what dynamic, excellent achievement ki can support that. We can inject the ki for the excellent achievement, self-desired action. And the fourth energy center is the heart chakra, the green color, green, which is about one love, unity, caring, nurturing, oneness, loving, forgiving, that type of energy center. With ki is one love, dedication. It's about unity, to being connected regardless of the geographical locations or whatever. But as a human being, living creature to connect as one energy and maximize field energy with ki. So integrate all that with the one love or one mutual pause to invite in and to emphasizing that power of individual as an something significant amount of energy, field energy that each of us cannot have just by ourselves locally. So the ki is integrate that together energy intentionally though. And sometimes it's like when we are just together but the intentions or the energy is not connected as one but physically getting together. Are you familiar with that? Just the people gathering, that's also power too. The number is the power. However, when we put that mutual pause, one heart, one love, and then also on top of that to inject the ki, like watching the World Cup game, for example, the sports, and then that for the same goals or winning something. It was like if the focus is mutual and then invite all the energy available to the mutual goals. That's a ki. And then something magical happen. We can create that oneness, which is, I think, very unique to a human being. So the oneness power that other animals can utilize in it and use in it for their lives, but intentionally injecting ki is perhaps the human gift that we can do. That's for each chakra though. And the throat chakra, the fifth energy center, which is to express authentic self. The communication color blue is voice out. Voice out with ki. Well, actually, the shouting to ta, to letting all element know that you are needing this energy aligning here. Ta, that's one thing. And to voice out, sometimes needing courage to open up the heart and speaking out. Perhaps that gonna be rejected, or perhaps that there's a chance to get hurt if it's uncomfortable with the situation. Energy power. And so that ki is to getting prepared and get support to open up the heart and deliver the energy with the word openly, honestly, to express needing ki to get some braveness or get supported, and connected with whatever that is supporting for the chosen act to express. So ki for expression. And then third eye, the sixth energy. I always make mistake. Sixth energy center, the third eye, indigo color, which is about intuition, intellect, logics, and number. Intellect, the brain. That's what the energy center with ki is channeling that source. This is quite interesting. Channeling solid truth source. I don't know what that means. Quite unsure. To channeling with kiai is that to sometimes we are so rely on what we already know and learned, intellectual managing mind, and to intuitive side of ourselves that hunches and out of the blue informations, or consciously channeling these, being open to the available resources to processing all this information, to perceive and to organize. And that's what the energy center of the six energy center. And with the kiai is that let's see, solid channeling and to being open to channeling for that useful, digesting. Perhaps that information is everywhere and we are always connecting without thinking, without aware of it. So that meaning we are given is the meaning giver, which is yours are you and mine is myself. And so that when we want to channeling some particular information with kiai margin, is that to a certain goal to accomplish when we inject the kiai. So before acting it out to make it as a maximum achievement, to support it, and then we ask all the support of the kiai to support that accomplishment. And this channeling that energy is that to being open to whatever that to support your chosen achievement. And sometimes it just stay with the knowledge is like a getting nowhere, and being open to that source and then use it for that highest good. That is, we can do that. And consciously injecting kiai, let's say I don't know what to think about, where to go, and kiai to asking for that information and use it, marshalling, really intellectually though, that is also apply for the not only a physical, but it's the intellectually, hey, so what we physically do in case of we need kiai for like a non-physical part of our intellectual properties or creation that we need, is that not necessary to put the physical power in that, but maybe it's to be open to the synchronicities or to connection with the universe, and consciously choosing it and knowing clearly about the highest good, the destination for through the action. And even if we have no idea what to do, what to think, where to go for the next, and just be open with the put some kiai, knowing that everything else is supporting this conscious creation intellectually. So then trusting it to use it for this kiai, because injecting kiai for intellectual creation, it's kind of hard to tell, but let me chew on that little bit for the next time I can digest and share in a little better way thank you for listening. That's a good point to noticing that as my homework for the next time. Okay, then seventh energy center, crown chakra, color purple. It's about divine, universe, cosmic energy, consciousness. That's what the energy center. With kiai is one with all that is, which is quite similar to what I share on the sixth energy center, intellectual creation. But it's since the higher chakra is more of cosmic energy, so non-physical, our love and then thinking, wonder in intuitions, and then the life path and cosmic energies and life and these non-physical aspect of ourselves. And to kiai is the one with all that is that it's about the calling the connection to reminding ourselves that we are part of universe and universe within us and we are the universe. So to sometimes it's very easy forgetting about that aspect that we are part of one, and then just to take it personal, personal life, personal act, personal creation and building and owning and all the stuff. But just the reminding that we are part of the universe and we are universe, and meaning of life when we bump into the spot to unsure or being asked to clarify in the meaning of life, when we are going to the next phase or next chapter or going to the next arena stage, and to calling that, hey, I am here, hey universe, that show me the path. That's also the dialogue that we can do. And these are non-physical, but we can call to merge the energy with the universe and then see what comes. And that actually to play with our conscious awareness, observe ourselves, to observe what comes to your awareness. So that's what the energy center, the crown chakra with kiai, to reminding with one with the universe and the life path. When we are kind of lost in touch with that part of the clarity. So let's pick that aspect for the kiai. That green heart chakra, one love, oneness with kiai, unity, power, with flexibility. So that kiai with the heart chakra is the oneness. And sometimes, in case of me, it's that some group or circle or community that has a mutual interest or pulse, easily get to integrate that energy as one energy. Music is also one, the singing together, it's really easy to integrate the energy as one energy. So being flexible means that anything that we can gather together, maybe some one in purpose. Yeah, purpose is mutual interest, or the purpose of the joining, maybe. Yeah, you could say that. The reason why you decided to be part of that energy. It's easy get that one ideal field energy. And to go with kiai is that kiai is easy to integrate that oneness field, oneness energy. So in case of me, it's pretty inflexible. I noted myself that when I choose to join something, and expectation perhaps is pretty high, and then when I'm joining and expectation didn't meet that, then I get disappointed, and then easily to fading out, less participating to this oneness energy. So it means like a lack of having kiai. If that joining energy is more than expected, aligning into expectation and beyond expectation, fulfilling it, and then I get so charged and put in more kiai to it, my own kiai, and then I'm so willing to inject the kiai and reflect to the oneness energy. So that's my nature, I think. That's what I noticed, that it's pretty inflexible. So means like I'm clear about like, dislike. So if I notice that oneness energy together and then not so much liking it, and then I excuse myself pretty quickly, and then not going back again. But when I feel some connection or resonance, and then I am more to stick with it. But I noted myself that I have a very narrow door to that, so I can invite more flexibility to practicing that oneness with the kiai. And each one of us can add some kiai being part of oneness, and then it's just increasing amazing power of oneness, some sort of like a memorable together gathering experience that each of us can have. That means like individually putting kiai being part of oneness. That's in the parties or some workshop or group or hangout, whatever, that more than 3 people getting together with the oneness. So to learning flexibility could be a power to enjoy that oneness energy, because especially that pandemic taught us that it's very important for us as a human being to be together in person. Of course, thanks to the technology, without it, we have more hard time being isolated. But so when we have an opportunity to connect with more than 2 people, 2 people is like a couple, and the 3 is the minimum number of community, and that oneness energy, one with as a community energy. So yeah, that would be a really good practice, being flexible to inject and enjoy that oneness with mutual pulse, mutual interest, or intention, or purpose. Thanks for sharing that. Indeed, isn't it? I think that, well, first of all, if the internet is not as connected as current for the several years, then I probably living in somewhere else, not in Japan. Because right now I can connect through internet, of course. Here it's very important, very important. I'm unable to live in my own born city, and probably in Japan too. I mean, it's just it's a very localized, closed community. So I that's one of the reasons that I've been traveling back and forth Pacific Ocean, um, California, and Far East more than 6 times each year for over a decade. So yes, that's one of the reasons that I chose to live in the States when I was young. So, and then now being in here as in a temporary, the family situation, and then on top of that, a pandemic comes and so yeah, but it's also a good time for my life stage that to connect my own roots too. Oops, I dropped some one, two. At this stage to take a look at different part of the countries, and then when you are like a teenager and in early 20s and school, then the way to look at the community is very limited, and then more like develop as a human being, as a person, and then to recognize something new, even if it's familiar with. That's actually I'm doing with this energy word, that most of the people who speak Japanese as a native, that first language, they're not realizing that way, because yeah, and when you in the forest, then it's very difficult to see forest. You see trees, but when you out of forest, and then you can see what the forest is, and then maybe you can observe tree too. So that's what I'm doing, in a sense that be raised in the forest and being out and observing it, and then coming back and then look around and finding some interest to take a look. Yeah, so that's the stage of my life. Now I am home. So Mel, would you like to pick the energy keyword this week? Let me have the number between 1 to 7. Thank you, Mel, for sharing your presence in a live. I truly appreciate your support. 4, 1, 2, 3. I think I started to do this Wellness Wisdom Wednesday around April, sometimes in the springtime. April, May, June, July, August. Wow, almost like 6 months. Oh, thank you. It's been changing. It's been more like developing, I think. You are taking a great role for developing this, my work. Thank you, Mel. So 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ha! Honki? Didn't you pick this last week too? Or did we pick this? Honki? Book of Energy. It's the sincere dedication. Honki, yes. Honki, sincere energy, sincere dedication to any kind that relationship or the committed goal, achievement, work, or any changes. So let me pick this aspect to go with Honki, Book of Energy. That interesting. It's the heart chakra. Yeah, we must need minds to be refresh this. Yes, Honki is the seriously, sincerely committed, dedicated to a chosen action. With the heart chakra, oneness. Isn't this interesting? This is also heart chakra. Fourth energy center, color green, with the balance. Balance. I think I see a theme intuitively since this week's reminder that sincere dedication, creation with oneness with others, the world around us, with a balance means like a self-centered, own desire, own drive, and then also giving and receiving the balance in the oneness. Isn't this interesting? That's what I see here. That yeah, the balance is such an important aspect of that, and then especially with the community, is especially if you're a giver, universal donor, like easier to give, serve, but and then to receiving in order to balance in this fourth energy center, loved, and then being loved. Just like returning, it doesn't need to be getting back from that exact same person, or exact same opportunity, or exact same event, but that we want to have that balance, and here is given and here is receiving, to noticing that this oneness connected to the world around this is having a balance. So this is the give, and then this is the receiving. And then as long as that giving and receiving is creating the golden rules, not hurting others, and contributing to that healthy balance in each area of our life, and each area that we are being part of, and then I think that's fine. Because we are all connected after all. However, we want to be very observable about how we put our energy for being part of community or oneness, and sharing love, and to be loved. Unless otherwise it's unhealthy. It just some people or some area is draining your love, just sucking your all the caring, so nurturing. So let's say that if you have someone who are physically ill, and you need to be the caregiver for that family member, and then your love and caring, nurturing is all 120% going to that person. That's one of the hardest things, that when we have a sick person in our family member, all family get to need to balance out of it. And then if we cannot find some special caregiver to take care of these people, and then need to be drained so much for that, and that's because of the family member, or that's because of the important person or people, but that's unhealthy. We need to charge some balancing out the give and take. And then at the end of the day, the third energy center, sense of self, solar plexus is needing a massage. Healthy ego, own will, own desire, self-esteem, self-love, self-trust. So when we need to give some love to particular and feeling draining, and then finding that way to rejuvenate it, to returning back to your love in some way, that would be a helpful to balancing it out. And honki, so when we sincerely dedicated to this, caring with others, giving care to other people, and then receiving with the balance, means like coming back to the third energy center to nurturing, might be a good package to book of energy, to sincerely dedicating to the oneness, giving love, and it's unconditional love, but unconditional love first to ourselves in order to serve others better. So that's the sincere honki with the heart chakra, unconditional love. Thank you for contributing. Yay! It's getting dark here. Well, okay. So I would like to connect our energy. You are so welcome to consciously breathe deeply, to connect each part of ourselves, and reminding that what we are creating. Very interesting. So it's interesting that we got two heart chakra, one love, caring, nurturing, that to balance and flexible, enthusiastic dedication or sincere contribution to that heart out there, and to balancing it out, to give that love first to ourselves, and then also that to ego, flexible the ego to be part of the oneness. So it comes to me that what came to me through today's keyword, energy word, is that heart chakra, connecting as one, is very important to knowing that self-centered, not selfish though, but self-centered, self-love, enoughness, self-trust, that will help us to become open to something outside of expected, If it's not enough trust, and then want to control as the way expecting, if we open up the heart. So it comes down to a sense of self, enough love, enough trust, confident, but being open to connect and give and receive and to experience newness, something that we are unable to experience by ourselves, but to being part of that one love, oneness. So in order to open up the heart, it's really like to giving self-love, trust, and to knowing that healthy ego, to put ourselves out. And then if we notice someone is overly draining, then we can sincerely finding what need to nurture in ourselves, instead of like putting ourselves as a secondary important person. that is not the case, because you are the most important person in your life, and no one can live in other people's life as the most important person. So that paradox with the loving heart and oneness. And then what I learned is the tricky that a family member especially is that to over getting some sort of your energy, your attention to because it's a family member got to do that, or the culture or tradition or family standard, whatever you name it. But if that doesn't align to your sincere value, and then the courage, kiai, to express authentically, openly, with the energy of courage to deliver the true voice heart in order to serve the healthy love and connectedness, I think. I'm not sure why I'm talking this, but perhaps still something about the Queen Elizabeth is certain death is collectively somehow influencing that the symbolic unconditional love and deep love and the commitment and that's a key to her occupation, and then also her role, and 120% being as an the person who she could devote it to. So that type of thinking, it's like being one love and then also self. And as a role model, her way of remaining her sense of self that we can see is a very important aspect, regardless of her position or family member, or that's what we all have. But some value that she has as a person and as a woman, as a mother, as a grandmother, and as a person is it's very symbolic to me. So yeah, I really admire that part, and yeah, that's something that one love and the heart chakra, two of them, flexibility and the balance, showing up as in a synchronicity. Yeah, indeed. By the way, that your heart today is a purple color. Yeah. Okay, so let us do some breathing exercise before closing here. Thank you. So, intaking all the air from nose. Me too. I'm a purple girl too. Yes. So, intaking all the air, and then connect to each part of ourselves and bring in all alignment, what we are thinking, feeling, idea just coming up, or noticing the physical sensation, just bringing all here now at this present moment with the first deep breath, counting 3, 1, now, 2, 3, and exhale. I notice my shoulders are so tight. want to move some body with some yoga stretches or something. Okay, the next one is to letting go of no longer serving with the sound of ah. Let's do that one now. The last one. Let's inject kiai. Kiai for chosen goals. Next step. Excitement. Joy. For the next. Now. When we extend in it, it's like bringing all the new energy into our body and then exhaling, injecting ki for our beingness and share, connect the energy as one energy with the oneness energy, with love. Ready? Let's go. Let's go. Thank you for joining. I truly appreciate that. You have a wonderful evening, day and night, and rest of the week. I see you when I see you. Thank you for leaving the heart, sum up, replay viewer, for the tweet, and subscribing YouTube or Twitch. We haven't done it yet. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I will. You too, Mel. Bye.